Lopez wants it away. And it's hit deep to left center. Andrew Jones on the run. This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza and the Mets lead 3-2. Bartolo has done it! The impossible has happened! This is one of the great moments in the history of baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mets fans of all ages, here is your host, Nick Durst. Hello, Mets fans, and welcome back to another edition of Bleav in the Mets. I'm your host, Nick Durst. And right now, the Mets, they seem to have turned it around. They're going about their winning ways here, and they win the series against the Royals, and another week ahead here, and that's the ebbs and flows of the season. Things can change on a dime. Join me now to discuss some things going on in the Mets world. He's a contributing writer for Sports Illustrated's Fan Nation, and he is Joe. Joe, welcome into the show. Let everybody know a little bit about yourself and your writing for Fan Nation and where they can find you on social media and your Mets articles.
Hey everyone, my name is Joe Najarian. I write for both the Yankees and the Mets on Fan Nation. You could find me on Inside the Mets or Inside the Pinstripes. My Twitter handle is just my name, Joe Najarian, and full disclosure, I am a Yankees fan, but I am also a baseball fan first and foremost. So when I was offered the Mets job, I immediately jumped at the opportunity. And so far, I've made sure to catch every single one of their games. And if I'm being quite honest, I feel like they have been a really fun watch these past couple of days because, well, they're showing what they are capable of. They're rounding into form, and that's something me and Nick will discuss.
Yeah, they are rounding into form, and they're a lot of fun because they're led by Pete Alonso, right? So Pete Alonso, he is the leader of the pack. He just won NL Player of the Week, and he's been really impressive. And I don't know, Joe, maybe they might want to consider keeping him long term. But where would they be without him hitting all these home runs right now, Joe?
If I'm being entirely honest, I'm not sure if they would be anywhere without Alonso because, well, Francisco Lindor is still off to a pretty bad start. That actually might be an understatement, actually. They do at least have, they did have a bunch of other players contribute big time against the Braves. Like, Brett Beatty had a huge game. Starling Marte, I think, had a hit in each game, or at least reached base in each game. Brandon Nimmo absolutely stepped up huge in the first game. But against the Royals, Alonso definitely took center stage. Even in a loss in the second game, he went 3 for 3 with a pair of homers. And yesterday's game there wasn't a lot of offense. Let's just put it at that. But
well, listen, Brandon Nimmo stepped up big the other day, the 2 home run game, 5 RBI. Starling Marte has been really good this season as well. He's bouncing back. But you're right, Francisco Lindor off to another slow start. His numbers always end up looking great, but they say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But in baseball, how you start is important because if you're playing bad early on, that's going to matter at the end of the year. So I'm still concerned about Lindor batting under 100. That's really bad, but I have to be impressed by Brett Beatty. Francisco Alvarez has been great so far this season. But listen, Joe, they signed JD Martinez. That was supposed to be a big signing. And when's he going to make his Mets debut? They need him. He's hurt now, which is what I was fearing when they signed him, 36-year-old guy. Is he going to play this month for the Mets? I don't think so. It seems pretty unlikely that he's going to make his Mets debut in April. What do you think?
The way I see it, I do think a May debut seems more likely at this point because a couple days ago he got a cortisone shot to deal with lower back tightness. It was reported that he responded well to it and is swinging the bat again, but at the same time, that long layoff, because of how long it took to sign him, that really ended up hurting him because, well, not only hurts him, it also hurts the Mets because not having him available right then and there that's a pretty big detriment. The Mets specifically got him to provide lineup protection for Pete Alonso, and the best way the lineup is going to see improvement. Same thing with Alonso. I mean, if Alonso's able to win Player of the Week, then just imagine how productive he'll be if JD Martinez is batting behind him.
Yeah, they definitely need JD Martinez. They need his bat there because the pitching's not that good. They're gonna have to get a lot out of the bats offensively here, and JD Martinez is certainly going to be key to that. Carlos Mendoza, he says Jose Butto is here to stay for now after his performance on Sunday. I'm not going to jump on the Jose Butto hype train. I still need to see a lot more from him than 2 starts of 6 innings here. But he's pitched okay so far. But if he's here to stay, that means someone's going to have to kick out of the rotation at some point. If McGill comes back, or if Kodai Singh comes back, I don't know when Kodai Singh's coming back. It doesn't seem like anytime soon. So let's fast forward here. Assuming no more injuries, Joe, we'll say, May 25th. What do you think the Mets rotation is going to be?
I personally think, it goes without saying, Kodai Senga's going to be the ace when he comes back. The 2 starter, that's actually kind of tough, considering you have Luis Severino, Sean Manaea, Jose Quintana, and Adrian Hauser.
Jose Quintana is definitely the number 2 starter. Right now, he's their best pitcher.
That is true. But at the same time, I was about to say Tyler McGill is still hurt. I'm not entirely sure when he's coming back. Perhaps Butto could fill in as the 5th starter until he comes back, because at the moment it's kind of difficult to pinpoint whether the Mets even really have a 5th starter at this point. You have Quintana, Severino, Hauser, Manaea. Oh, actually, my math was wrong there. But even then, I feel like even when Senga gets healthy, Butto should still stay in the rotation just to give all those other guys an extra off day.
So you think a 6-man rotation would be the thing?
Yeah. But
I think Adrian Hauser needs to pitch better. He's pitched pretty terrible to start the year, which is what I was expecting. Manaea didn't pitch good his last outing. Severino had the bad outing to start with, so I don't trust this rotation.
That's exactly what the fact that you said that was exactly why I was going to say Butto should stay in the rotation for now. You can't trust the rotation at the moment. Maybe when Senga comes back, you'll be able to trust it. But for now, at this point, you just got to ride the hot hand.
Well, speaking of riding the hot hand here, their Plets are playing pretty hot, 7-8, but they're taking on a really hot Pirates team coming into Citi Field 11-5. Now, will eventually the shoe drop with the Pirates? Maybe, but if you want to keep the good times rolling here as the Mets, it's going to be a tough matchup here. What are you expecting in this series between the Mets and Pirates?
I mean, as hot as the Pirates are right now, let's not ignore how hot the Mets are right now because, well, taking 4 out of 6 games doesn't sound like scorching hot, but when you take into account the quality of opponents the Mets had in those series, the Braves need no introduction, but the Royals entered that series against the Mets with a 7-game winning streak, and the Mets not only snapped that streak, they won the series. So facing a hot Pirates team like this is going to be a bit of a tall task, but it's nothing the Mets haven't dealt with before this year. I do like their chances, but because, well, also at the same time, you can't really trust the Pirates either. They always seem to get off to these hot starts, but end up fading later, possibly even like at the end of the month. This year could be different. It might not be, but ultimately I'm taking the Mets in this series.
All right, so the Mets will then win 4 series in a row after starting off awful at home. Mets Pirates starts very soon, and then the series will be underway. Maybe some rainouts in the forecast as per usual with the Mets. A lot of rain come up this week, and Mets trying to get back to 500 tonight, which I thought after the 0-5 start was not going to be possible. That's going to do it here for this episode of Bleav in the Mets. Joe Najarian, thanks so much for joining us. Go check out his work on Sports Illustrated Fan Nation. Follow me on Twitter and X, as it's called now, at Nick_Durst. On Instagram, Nick's Food Stuff. Make sure you're following Bleav in the Mets on all platforms at BLEAVINTHEMETS, all social media and YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're listening on the audio version, of course, you have to give us 5 stars and let us know what you liked about the episode. And until next time, everybody, for Joe Najarian, I am Nick Durst, and let's hope for the best, and let's go.